Hi, my name is Christina Ewen with the Sunshine District, and we are here to briefly go over MyCommunicationLab. We've signed in here and we're on the home page, so we're just going to go over some of the main features. Right now we are looking at MyCommunicationLab with the DK Guide to Public Speaking, first edition. As you can see here on the home page, we can both listen to the text as well as read the e-text. So we're going to go ahead and click on the e-text and take a look at some of the features there. Alrighty, so here is the DK Guide to Public Speaking. Looks just like a print copy. Just want to go over some brief features. For example, just a few of the pages. If you see, as you're reading through this text, you're going to see different elements and different vocabulary words that the student can click directly to the glossary and find these terms as they're reading through, which is really helpful for them to reinforce and remediate on some of these terms. Another great feature is you will see just some of the great content here in the DK Guide with some flow charts, as well as on each of these you will see a directive to another page to where the student can actually head directly. Coming back into MyCommunicationLab, again, that was just a few features within the DK Guide e-text available within this lab. So next we're going to go over to course content. As you can see, each of these aligns to a chapter within this text. The student's going to go ahead and take a pretest. This is going to provide a diagnostic of where the student's at and just a little bit of their understanding of this chapter before they begin the study plan. So as they move through this, they will move on to the study plan. The study plan is going to go topic by topic as it aligns to the DK Guide, specifically in this lab. It'll say read the text, review some flashcards. The flashcards are a great tool in this lab. You can take a look at that for just a second. So for example, we've got a word here, just like a regular flashcard, we can flip it, and it's going to provide the definition and the information around that, along with the chapter that it came from, and the topic underneath that. So it's going to provide a little bit more information than just, say, having a definition. You can also search the glossary from here. So as students are moving through, they can go ahead and do a search there. They can launch either a speed drill, multiple choice quiz, and how they want to answer it here. So really a great tool to help the students study a little bit more. You're also going to notice under a few of these different types of activities. So for example, we've got activity audience analysis here. So you can just go ahead and maybe pick psychological analysis. So how much do your listeners already know about your subject? So we can explain that a little bit more and go ahead and write that out here. So it really helps the students critically think through some of these questions. Another activity we've got is watching a video. So the student can actually watch a video here of audience analysis.
Since speeches are designed to get responses from listeners, audience analysis is...
And you can get the idea here. So moving back to the study plan, you can move through that. There is a video quiz. So the student would go ahead and view a video on audience analysis and then take a short quiz after that. So the flashcards, and then again the post test here. So you can preview that. And there's the post test, and of course the exam there. So pretty self-explanatory through the course content. Writing space is a great tool to help with critical thinking. This is a prompt that we had quite a few students write to, and a team of great educators grade on the same rubric too, so that your students can practice writing. It is auto-graded. Again, we base this on a lot of data, and we're actually able to train the computer on what's a 5 and what's a 4 and what's a 3. A lot of data going into this, but it's a great resource to help your students think more critically and get some practice with writing and writing speeches. So, So again, it's going to be reviewed through turnitin.com. You can add resources. You can either use the rubric that we've used and have it auto-graded, or if you want to use it as a graded assignment, you can go ahead and create your own rubric and grade it yourself. So really cool stuff there. Again, you can create your own prompts. The next feature I think is really the meat and potatoes of MyCommunicationLab is Media Share. So Media Share allows students to record their speeches and allows you to grade them pretty much as you're watching them. So we can go ahead and take a look at this this demo course here. So public speaking, can go into the type of speech that you've created, how you want it. So you're going to see, for example, Lindsay Lohan has a submission, hasn't been uploaded yet, but you would be able to grade this as you're watching it. We're going to take a look at that right now. So as you are watching it, you can actually decide, instructor review, what you want to give this student for each area. So it really eliminates having to watch the speech and then make notes and go ahead and transfer that into the grade book, and you can actually export all of these grades either to Excel or to the lab. So again, we can look at the roster. We've got Bill Clinton and Lindsay Lohan. If we go into the grade book, you're actually able to take all of these grades, export it to an Excel, as you see here, and then you can use that into your LMS there. So let's look at how to create one of these. So we can create new assignment. So you would be able to title it, start date, when it's due, the prompt you want them to use. You can have peer review grading, which I think is great. This tool really allows students to share their speeches with their peers and collect that feedback before giving their final submission to you. So a lot of different options here visible to students, student commenting, types of submissions. They can have images, audio, pretty much however you would want this submitted. So a lot of cool stuff here. Coming back into the lab, student resources is a great feature. Again, the flashcards are also here. My Search Lab is going to give students access to a lot of reliable sources as far as articles and just databases where they can gather information to write their speeches and have some reliable data there from which they're writing from. So topic selector, something to help them write an outline. There's a lot of great things here, and for purposes of time, just wanted to touch on that briefly. Again, your gradebook. This is only available to you, of course, so you can go ahead and export this as well to Blackboard. We can integrate that, so that's a great help there. But yeah, you can go ahead and see the pretest or video quiz. And of course, you can go ahead and put the media share grades in here as well. So, course reporting. This is a great tool available within MyCommunicationLab. It actually is able to give you your class averages. The presentation of this is just very clear. You can see how your top performers are doing. You can see where your low scorers are, who hasn't signed in, who hasn't been working on the content as they should. It really gives a great view of where your class is and what needs to be done between the current time and the end of the semester. So you can go both from class overview to student performance, from student to student, and of course you can configure this, how how you would like it. So you can say, hey, top performers are people over 80%. You can say top performers are students over 90%. So you can change how you get your alerts if you want students that haven't signed in to only show up if they haven't signed in for 3 days, or if you only want them to show up as someone not signed in because they haven't signed in for a week. It's really up to you, which is the beauty of this lab. It really is up to you, and it can be configured to your course and how you need it to be. So again, instructor tools, you're going to have your test bank. In My Test, you can create your test. You can create your test exactly how you would want it to be and combine chapters, and then be able to export out to Blackboard. So again, these are some great features, and just wanted to briefly go over each one of them. So I hope this has been informative for you, and I'm happy to come by and give you a more detailed explanation and demo of each one of these tools. So thank you for watching, and look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks.